day. From First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. First carry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From just shy of midfield, Haskins, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coach...
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a great return here gets us all the way down to the 26-yard line.
A fumble on the play. Recovered by the Browns.
First carry now for Nick Chubb.
Number 24.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 12 carries, a trip to the end zone to go along with 118 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
And goal to go.
They'll run with Chubb. And the Browns are going to have a first and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
Steelers 2-yard line.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll give it to Chubb. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Short of the goal line.
His path that became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Browns have taken the early lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this carries into the end zone. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
At their own 25-yard
So
line.
Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And last time the turnover on the fumble. And they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. His 1st carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Stop made by Miles.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to hit 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
For Tevin Coleman, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. This is taken at the 18. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. 1st month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Chubb on the counter. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richards. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Bridgewater's pass, intended for number 85, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Bridgewater now. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Pat O'Donnell in punt formation.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
3rd down.
On 3rd down, Hines. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
The ball carrier.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Mac Wilson. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
He'll drop this down to Coleman, and he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Browns to take over. They were winners over the Jets a week ago, and they are in the driver's seat right now as well. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
26-yard line.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score.
Chris Boswell on for the point after.
So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
The tackle
there to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
And it's complete. Hooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Naheem Hines on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 30.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. make sure he touches it a few times. But as you point...
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Haskins got an open man. It's Washington. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. All right, gearing up for another drive here. Austin Hooper trots back out. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
Kind of reminds me of one of those great music.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for number 85, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
intended for number 85.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So we have... All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
Steelers 7.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
On the return, the Browns take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
At the 26-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to it and forcing a 3rd down.
Bridgewater to throw it. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. They worked very well there for a first down.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Or any speed limits out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
At their own 25-yard line.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Haskins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now Landry. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. And again, it's Chubb. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver. And he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it.
understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They just do get the play off. Now Bridgewater. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, as one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
This will make it into the end zone. And no thought of a return here for Hines. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
On 2nd and very short, Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in 1st downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. With this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a 1st down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They run with Hines. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
46-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Steelers.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Haskins on 1st down. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Haskins pass.
That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Bridgewater. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
Lead to Nick Chubb.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Bridgewater. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll run for it. This is White. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. James White, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns add on to their lead. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10. At their own.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return will stop right around the 25. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too.
At the 21-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They go play action. Bridgewater. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Throwing is Bridgewater. And he's going to go down again. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
10-yard line.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Landry now on the return. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Holding, receiving team.
A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It was actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down, went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Bridgewater. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Bridgewater here to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Richards. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Yeah, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. Seibert able to knock this one through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
On the return is Hines. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yes, sir.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the 1st down sack. Haskins. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. One final shot for Haskins. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Browns, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll have another home date next week as the Miami Dolphins come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.